Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the 45th lecture of Industrial Management and Smart Technologies. We are in the topic 5S principles in a factory or organization and introduction to the Domino Sequence. So we'll discuss these topics today in this session. Right? Yes. So in the last class we have stopped at this point, that is a 5 safety principles at workplaces. So we have discussed some of the topics like first one is a sort. First Japanese saito, sort out means clearly distinguish needed items from unneeded and eliminate the later. అవసరమైన వర్క్ మాత్రమే వస్తువులు తీసుకొని రిమైనింగ్ వర్క్ we should eliminate, right? So that is the first one. Second one is a straighten. Second one is straighten. So keep needed items in the correct place means keep the very useful items at the correct place and allow easy and so keep the needed item at correct place and take the item or place the item very easily. Next, third one is standardize. Fourth one is shine and sustain. Shine and sustain. So these are the topics. What are the 5 safety principles in any work environment, right? Next. So the fourth point is a shine. Shine means making clean and tidy. So shine in the Japanese word we are calling them as a shizu. Shizu in Japanese language. See, the first one we have completed sort, seiri, seiton, sort, seiri, shizu, shine, and shiketsu and shitsuke. So these are the Japanese words which translated into English, that is sort, set, shine, standardize and sustain. So we are doing the third point, that is shine. Shine means shizu. Maintain high standard of cleanliness. So మనం వర్క్ ప్లేస్ లోపల వర్క్ చేయాలన్నప్పుడు the employer should maintain clean and tidy atmosphere. Then only we can work with positive attitude. Now see, we'll discuss what is the concept of shine. Now see here, participatory activity. The shine is a participatory activities. Shine is participatory activities for maintaining cleanliness at every work. So what it is saying here, the shine is a participatory activities for maintaining cleanliness at every work venue, regardless them category and location in the hospital. So taking an example of hospital, so the shine is a participatory activities for maintaining cleanliness at every work venue. All personnel in the hospital are allocated specific territory as work venue, regardless the category, the rank and gender of the human resources. Everyone is expected to join in the shine activity. Everyone is expected to join in the shine activity and control the work environment on cleanliness in conjunction with the ongoing sort and set. Sort and set. See the illustration here. Shine. Here the lady is keeping her table very clean and shine. So here the lady is sweeping the floor to be clean and shine. Here the person is doing the same thing. Here also the person is doing the same thing, cleaning his table, removing the waste material. So like this, so in every office or in every organization or every firm, if you are maintaining such type of shine shizu activities, then automatically it is a important safety principle for this thing. Next, standardize. Next one is a standardize. Standardize means seketsu in Japanese language. Seketsu, standardize means set up set up above 3S as norms in every section of at your place. So standardize means making one positive set means ఇలా చేయాలి a standard a method you have to maintain. Making 3S a part of routine work. So first ఏంటి sort, set and shine. So making those three things as a part of a routine work. It means it should be a standard. For example, మనం మార్నింగ్ లేవగానే ఏం చేస్తాం? So after wake uping, we'll have a brush, we'll have a cup of coffee or tea, we'll do some exercise or we'll have a bath. So that should be a standardized routine work. అంటే మార్నింగ్ రావంగానే ఆఫీస్కి, మార్నింగ్ రావంగానే షాప్కి, మార్నింగ్ రావంగానే ఎనీ ఫ్యాక్టరీ ఆర్ ఎనీ ఫర్మ్, the first three things you have to do. Next, standardize is an activity to develop standards. Standardize is an activity to develop the standards for the 3S activities. So whatever the 3S, that is a sort, set and shine. So it is an activity to develop the standards for the 3S activities. In addition to that, the ultimate goal of the step of 5S activities is to make sort, set, shine important parts of all personal routine works at all the workstations. Okay, now see here, the person is monitoring the visualize. So see on the table, everything is visualized and it placed properly. So the books are placed properly. So the person is keeping the table very clean. So this is some sort of standardized things. Now see here also, so showing the list of things. Okay, showing the list of things cleanly, showing the visualization, what are the 5S concepts in a banner. So listing all the things will make the standardize a proper thing. Okay, next, in any office, in any business firm, in any shop, what are the 8 office time wasters? The 8 office time wasters are transportation. First one is a transportation, excessive moving of files and documents, poor office flow. So కొన్ని ఆఫీసెస్లో దేర్ విల్ బి మూవింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఫైల్స్ అండ్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ ఎక్కడ పడితే అక్కడ మూవ్ చేస్తుండడం. సో అనవసరంగా మూవ్ చేస్తుండడం, repetitively moving the files here and there. This is a one sort of time waste principle. Okay, so this is one sort of time waste principle. Next, the second one is overproducing, producing more than the required copies, emails and reports. So this is also some sort of wasting the time and money. Overproducing leads to what? Finally it goes into the waste. So that's why it is also some sort of wastage. Third one is over processing, ఎక్కువగా ప్రొడక్షన్ చేసేయడం, re-entering or duplicating the data, excessive transactions. So for example, uh, if any person is doing a business and is keeping all types of online payments, for example, ఒక కౌంటర్ దగ్గర పర్సన్ బిజినెస్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఆన్లైన్ పేమెంట్స్ అని చెప్పేసి చాలా మంది దే విల్ మార్కెట్. సో the first thing phone pay, second thing bharat pay, third win Google pay. So like this, if everyone is, if a person is keeping all the this type of online payments, what happens? It will become confusion and it will become duplicating the data. Then it will be confused. Sometimes the messages will not come. Sometimes you can escape or the party can escape. So there is a over processing or over doing the work repeatedly. So this is a third time waste. Next one is inventory. So inventory means obsolete files, unnecessary hard copies, excess supplies. ఇవన్నీ ఎలా వస్తాయి? Because of over processing. Because of over processing. This is a inventory process. Next one is defects. How the defects has been done? By corrections, misinformation, incomplete reports. So defects corrections చేస్తున్నప్పుడు, మిస్ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ క్యారీ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు, incomplete documents and reports మనం మెయింటైన్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు we'll get this type of defects. Next one is waiting. What is the meaning of waiting? Waiting for meeting, approvals, equipment or system response. So the sixth point is waiting for a meeting. So waiting is also one type of a big killer, time killers. Next, motion. Motion means movement. Movement of men, movement of material, movement of money, movement of machines. So unnecessary movement, excessive walking here and there in the factory or in the office, excessive walking, searching for information, handling the paperwork, all these together leads to the motion. Eighth point is skills, not using, not expanding a person's full mental and creative abilities. So if an employer will not accept or if an employer will not improve the skills of an employee who is having his inner talent at so and so for so and so purpose, then automatically the skills will not develop for the employee and the person will be acting as a normal person. So this is also one type of office waste. So like this, you have to keep in mind transportation, overproducing, overprocessing, inventory, defects, waiting, motion, skills. Like this, you are having the eight office wastes. See the standardizing. So if you see the chart, so the private shoes, the clean shoes, the danger mark, there's a structure, there's a some sort of indication design, central sterilite supplies division, hospital waste disposal, how the chart is done in a hospital, sterilized items stored in a clean with color coding. So this color codes, this gives a color coding of this items where you are placed. So the standards contribute to the MIS through M&E. So monitoring and evaluation. So monitoring and evaluation is another issue that should be highlighted in this standardized activity. So also regular supervisory visit is also essential activity to ensure the development of 5 years towards a perfection in conjunction with the mentioned monitoring and evaluation. For conducting the routine monitoring and evaluation, the major role should be taken by QIT both on formal data collection and informal site visit for encouragement. Next, the fifth point in the 5S principles is Shitsuk. Shitsuk, that is a sustain. Sustain means train and maintain discipline of a personal engaged. Means you have to maintain self-discipline. So in the sustain concept, so whatever the employee is working for employer, whatever the people doing the activities, they should be in a proper discipline. Maintain discipline throughout the work what they are doing in the factory or an office. Means they have to maintain a self-discipline activity. The self-discipline improvement with positive attitude, everything should be sustained in the development. Hospital management is not an exception. Sustain here, improve the activities or make further more improvement to sustain the discipline of personnel together with reconfirmation of mindset change from cynical attitude to the positive attitude. So we have to create the positive attitude towards the employees and we have to maintain some activities and we have to use some personal development courses and we have to encourage the employees in a positive way, right? So by which the hospital continue challenges to realize the quality of services under the policy of maximum usage of existing resources. So see here the person is sustained, here the person is not sustained. Here, improve the attitude to learn and practices. So you have to give the employees thorough and frequent information about the sustain things. So sustaining ఉన్నప్పుడు మాత్రమే the person is laughing. If the person is not practicing the concept of self-discipline, so he will be in this direction, in this mode only. Next. Next, what are the 5 points, 5S to success? So we have to sort it, we have to set it, shine everything clean, standardize, discipline for set and shine. Set and shine. Oh, oh, oh. So the 5 things to get success personally or commercially or in office, whatever the thing. So get get the item freshly. Now see here, the 5 things to get success in anything is sort, set, shine, standardize, and sustain. So these are the things which will be sustained in every part of the concept. Next, the next topic to be discussed is domino sequence. Introduction to the domino sequence and method of some promoting the safety practices. So regarding the accidents, regarding any problem in the industry or factory, in the concept of the employees, the domino sequence and other economists have derived some of the policies. In that policies, we will discuss in your syllabus. You are having the domino sequence. What is the meaning of domino sequence? Now see here. The accidents have been broadly classified as a short, sudden, unexpected event or occurrence that results in an unwanted and undesirable outcome. Okay, ఏం చెప్తున్నారు ఇక్కడ? So the accidents have been broadly defined as a short, sudden and unexpected event. Short అంటే కొద్దిగా short, small, suddenly happened and unexpected, అనుకోకుండా జరిగిన ఈవెంట్స్ ని occurrence that results in unwanted and undesirable outcome. మనకు నచ్చని అవుట్కమ్, నచ్చని రిజల్ట్స్ వస్తున్న వాటిని and must directly or indirectly be the best results of human activity rather than the natural event. So whatever the accident, it should be the human activity than the natural event. So this can be classified in these terms: a short accident, sudden accident, unexpected accident, unwanted accident, undesirable accident. Accident prevention is the most basic of all safety paradigms. So ఏం చెప్తున్నారు? ఫ్యాక్టరీస్లో, ఫర్మ్స్లో, ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్లో, ఆఫీసెస్లో, వాట్ ఎవర్ ద ప్లేస్ ఇట్ ఈస్, when the employee is working for the employer, what is the first thing? Accident prevention should be eliminated. Accidents ని మనం ప్రివెంట్ చేయాలి, and it should be the basic of all safety management paradigms. So ఉన్న all safety measurements లో paradigm is doing many things. So if safety management is effective, if safety management is effective, then there should be an absence of accident. సో ఇఫ్ ద సేఫ్టీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అనేది ఎఫెక్టివ్గా వర్క్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు యాక్సిడెంట్స్ అనేవి మనకి జీరోలో ఉంటుంది. కన్వర్స్లీ, ఇఫ్ యాక్సిడెంట్స్ ఆర్ అకరింగ్, దెన్ ఎఫెక్టివ్ సేఫ్టీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ మస్ట్ బి అబ్సెంట్. సో రివర్స్కి ఏంటి? ఇఫ్ యాక్సిడెంట్స్ జరుగుతున్నాయి అంటే సేఫ్టీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అనేది జీరోలో ఉంది అని అర్థం. దేర్ ఫోర్, అండర్స్టాండింగ్ హౌ ద యాక్సిడెంట్స్ అక్కర్ is a fundamental to establishing interventions to prevent their occurrence. So what is the main concept now to find? So understanding the how accidents will happen and how to prevent them before occurring అనేది main thing we have to consider. So this is the things we will discuss in this concept. So how this evolution of models of accidents occur. Okay, so the evolution of models of accidents causation. The history of accidents models. the history of accident models to data, the history of accident models to date can be traced from 1920s through three distincts. The first phase is simplex linear models, complex linear models. Next one is the complex non-linear problems. So in this complex non-linear problems, so if you make a graph among all this one, so this has been came in the existence of 1920. That is the principle of causation. There is a single cause. Single cause అంటే ఏంటి? So the what is the main cause? Main cause means the root. So ఒక చెట్టు ఒక మొక్క వేరుకి రూట్ అనేది ఉంటుంది, మెయిన్ రూట్. ఆ రూట్ నుంచి సబ్ రూట్స్ వచ్చినట్టు. సో యూఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ ఎ సింగిల్ కాస్, ద ఓన్లీ సింగిల్ రూట్ కాస్ అంటారు దాన్ని అనమాట. ఇన్ ద 1940s sequential model has been simply linear, means multiple causes. So the multiple causes depends upon the talent, the latent. Next, epidemiological model, the complex linear models. So next concept we are having is a non-linear model. So see the non-linear things, there is a complex outcomes which is emergent. It is emerged in the 2000 year. So summary of the history of the accidents modeling. So you are having a simple linear model, complex linear model, complex non-linear model. Understood? So we'll see the simple sequential linear accident models. The simple sequential accidents models presents the notion that accidents are the culmination of a series of events which occurs in a specific and recognizable order. So what is the Holling, Hollegel is saying that the simple sequential accidents model says the notion of accidents are culmination of series of events which occur in a specific and recognizable order. So these are the accidents which will occur in a series series of events which occur in a recognizable order. Okay, so represents the commonest and earliest model of accident research. So these are the researches which will be done commonly on the roads. Okay, so coming to the other accident research, they're describing a temporal sequence. Okay, so where the accidents is the overall description of all series of events, decisions, and situations in injury or damage, a chain of multiple events. A chain of multiple events is together known as a accident. A chain of multiple events together known as accident. Said by Surrey in 1969. Now coming to the Hendricks Dominos Theory. So the Hendricks Dominos Theory is a topic that you are having in your syllabus apart from other two scientists. So we'll discuss the domino sequence of theory in deeper. Okay. Coming to the Hendricks Dominos theory, the first sequential accident model was the Domino's effect or Dominos theory in 1931. So what is saying? This model is based on the assumption that, so మనం అనుకుంటున్నాం, I am making an assumption how the accident is done. The occurrence of preventable injury, అంటే మనం ప్రివెంట్ చేసే ఇంజనీరీ మనం ప్రివెంట్ చేయగలిగిన అంటే యాక్సిడెంట్స్ ని ఆపగలిగిన ఒక అకరెన్స్ జరిగినప్పుడు ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ న్యాచురల్ కల్మినేషన్ ఆఫ్ సిరీస్ ఆఫ్ ఈవెంట్స్ ఆర్ యాక్టివిటీస్ which invariably occurs in a fixed or logical order. An accident is merely a link in the chain. So it is simply a link in the chain. This model proposed that Certain accident factors could be thought of as being lined up sequentially like dominoes. So these are the sequential links. మనం మెల్ల వేసుకున్న links ఎలా ఉంటాయి chain. So it is a form of sequential links. He proposed that Hendricks proposed that an accident is one of the 5 factors in a sequence. Okay, one of the 5 factors in a sequence. Okay. So the accident is one of the 5 factors in sequence with the results in the injury. Results in the injury. Okay. So an injury is invariably caused by an accident. Injury అంటే దెబ్బ ఎలా తగులుతుంది? An injury is invariably caused by an accident, and the accident in turn is always the result of a factor that immediately precedes it. In accident prevention, the bull's eye of the target is in the middle of the sequence, and unsafe act of a person or a mechanical or thing. So what is an injury? So an injury is caused by an accident. And what is an accident? An accident is always the result of a factor that immediately precedes it. In accident prevention చేసేటప్పుడు the bullseye target is in the middle of the sequence, and an unsafe act of mechanical or physical hazard. Next, Hendricks' 5 factors were. So Hendrick is an economist and he is saying about the 5 factors to be safety. The 5 factors of the Hendrick safety and history factor called. So the first one is a environmental safety. Second one is a fault of a person. The person who made an injury, the person who made a problem, is the second category is a fault of a person. The third one is unsafe acts, mechanical and physical hazards. Unsafe acts, unsafe moments or action, and mechanical and physical hazards. Next one is an accident. The next one is a injury. So these are the some of the 5 important factors where the Hendrick domino has been proposed. Now we'll discuss. Now see the figure here. Everything is inclined to each other. Everything is inclined to each other before injury. Once injury is done, it is 100% sure. See the first point. Social environment and ancestry. So it's a social impact which is very old ancestry concept which is already sliding over the fault of a person. Now these two things will combine together and this will fall on the unsafe acts which are mechanical acts or physical acts. From here it is falling to the accident, and from after the accident you are getting an injury. So Domino's model of accident causation, there is a figure. Next, based upon the Domino's model, accidents could be prevented by removing one of the factors and so interrupting the knockdown effect. So what it is saying, Domino says that accidents will be prevented by removing one of the factors that interrupt the knockdown effect. Hendrick Domino proposed that unsafe acts and mechanical hazards constitute the central factor in the accident sequence, and that removal of the central factor made the preceding factors ineffective. Okay, so these are the things to be done. He focused on the main human factor. He focused on the human factor which he termed it as a man failure. The human factor is something but a man failure. So wantedly, no one will make failure, right? No, so wantedly, a person will not do any accident. He focused on the human factor, which is termed as a man failure, right? As a cause of most accidents. So మానవ తప్పిదం వల్లనే most of the accidents జరుగుతాయి అని he has been surveyed. Given credence to this proposal, actuarial analysis of 75,000 insurance claims attributed about 88% of preventable accidents to unsafe acts of persons and 10% to the unsafe or physical conditions. So, with the last 2% being acknowledged as being unpreventable, giving rise to the Hendricks chart of direct okay, so the direct and proximate causes. So proximate causes means which are very near to the injury or problem, right? So these are the main things which is to be focused. There is a man failure. So the man failure is a root cause for all the accidents. So if you see the figure of the domino sequence, see here the top level management, what it will do, it will controls the lower level, and at the lower level if anyone fail, it reflects on this category, the man failure. The man will become failure because of lack of knowledge, lack of attitude, lack of fitness, lack of ability. So which causes or which permits? First one is unsafe acts of persons. Second one is unsafe mechanical or physical conditions. So unsafe acts of a person or unsafe mechanical conditions. First one, operating without clearance, failure to secure or warn. Operating without clearance, failure to secure the warn. Here, inadequately guarded, guards of improper height, strength, mesh, etc. So, in unsafe mechanical or physical conditions means we have to see the physical conditions of a human being. In the external appearance, it is an act of a person operating or working at unsafe speed. So, it is an act of a person. Unguarded absence of required guards, physical things. Making safety devices inoperative. So, మంచిగా పనిచేస్తున్న సేఫ్టీ డివైజెస్ని పనిచేయకుండా చేయడం. ఇక్కడ defective, rough, sharp, slippery, decayed, cracked, etc. So the place, the defective product, a defective place, rough place, sharp place, etc. etc. Unsafe loading, placing, mixing, combining, etc. ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుంది? Unsafe, not safe of loading, not safely unloading, not safely landing, mixing, combination. Unsafely designed machine tools, etc. Taking unsafe position or posture. Unsafety arrangement, troubleshooting, conversation, blocked off. Next, working on moving or dangerous equipment. So, act and enti working on dangerous equipment without any making any taking precautions, and working on moving equipment without taking any precautions. ఇక్కడ unsafely arranged, poor housekeeping, congestion, blocked exits, etc. Next, distracting, teasing, abusing, startling other persons, etc. in the factory. Inadequately lighted sources of glare, etc. Failure to use safe attire or personal protective devices. Unsafely clothed, no goggles, wearing of no gloves, mask, wearing high heels, etc. Right, these are the main components of unsafe physical conditions and unsafe acts of a problem. So failure to unsafe safe attire of personal devices. So unsafely clothed, no goggles, gloves and mats. So altogether is a cause which leads to the accidents. 2% are unpredictable, 50% are practically preventable, 9%, 96% are preventable type. Okay, so this is a concept of domino sequence which will occur in any part of a factory or an organization or an office or a firm, etc. So you have to maintain the domino sequence, means dominoes effect, making unsafe act of persons and unsafe mechanical or physical conditions, right? So these are the five things: social environment, fault of a person, unsafe acts, mechanical or physical hazards, accidents, and injury. So this is the Dominos theory, which is said in the year 1931. Understood? This is the hierarchy of models of graduation. అంటే మనకి మోడల్ యాక్సిడెంట్స్ అనేవి ఎక్కడి నుంచి మనం యాక్సిడెంట్స్ అనేవి ఎప్పుడు జరుగుతున్నాయి, బట్ ద ఎవల్యూషన్ ఆఫ్ ద యాక్సిడెంట్స్, ద టెక్నాలజీ హ్యాస్ బీన్ ఇంప్రూవ్డ్ recently in the 1930s. Next, so this is a Dominos theory or a Dominos effect. He proposed that certain accident factors could be thrown off as being lined up sequentially like dominoes. Okay, next. So this is a Dominos model for accident causation. So social environment, fault of a person, unsafe physical and chemical, hazards, accident control, injury is a sixth point. Fifth point. So this is a Dominos model. So these are some of the points of Dominos based, and this is a chart of direct and proximate accidents causes according to the Hendricks domino. So with this we'll stop the class. With this we'll stop the class. We'll continue the class tomorrow at any time based upon the my timings. So within 3 or 4 classes we shall complete unit 5 also. Okay. So thanks for listening to the class. Have a nice day. So I'll give you the link tomorrow at any time so that we'll discuss the later classes.